Good morning to all. We at WSS welcome you all for the 6th Form Options Event 2023. The purpose of this event is to make you aware of the subjects which are offered at WSS by 6th Form. It will allow you to have clear knowledge for choosing the subjects and step into Key Stage 5 by the end of this academic year. The transition from Key Stage 4 to Key Stage 5 is an important, challenging, yet exciting time as you will choose the subjects in which you will be looking for your future ambitions.
But before we go into further details, I request all of you to stand up for the national anthem. Please take your seats.
Now, let us listen to the beautiful Quran recitation and translation in the voice of Amina Tawfiq from 11GH.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان. الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, the most compassionate, taught the Quran, created humanity, and taught them speech. The sun and the moon travel with precision. The stars and the trees bow down in submission. As for the sky, He raised it high and set the balance of justice, so that you do not defraud the scales. Weigh with justice and do not give short measure. He laid out the earth for all beings. In it are fruit, palm trees with date stalks, and grain with husks and aromatic plants. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny?
Subhanallah. Thank you, Amina Tawfiq.
Now I would request our school's principal and COO, Ms. Valerie Thompson, to commence the program by the welcome speech.
Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you here. It's another opportunity for you to ask questions. I'm sure there's lots in your mind. Big things you have to decide on, big decisions. And it needs a little bit of thought. It needs focus. It needs having an idea of your plan from A to Z, your journey to the next stage of your career. So great, make the most of this opportunity. Listen, think about questions, take this opportunity to pick your teacher's brains. So All the best. Thank you very much, team, for organizing.
Thank you, Ms. Valerie, for your kind words. As Malcolm rightly said, education is our passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. While living in UAE, we always have to be aligned with the requirements of Ministry of Education. So I would like to request our Secondary Assistant Principal, Mr. Alfred Franklin, to spot the light on the MOE requirements.
A very good morning to you all, students and parents who are here, and those who are joining us online. I'm going to speak very, very important information about what is the expectation from the Ministry of Education in the UAE for your qualification. The first one they give for our British curriculum schools is any student who finishes British curriculum should have 5 IGCSE subjects with a passing grade of A star to E. The second thing that is required is if a student is continuing with their 6th form, which is mandatory, as you all know, that they should have 2 AS levels or 1 A level with a passing grade of A star to D. These are 2 very, very basic important requirements. Along with that, Islamic and Arabic language is a compulsory subject, and these 2 subjects are not included in the numbers I mentioned earlier. In the 5 IGCSEs, 2 AS and 1 A. It is not included in that. It is compulsory as long as you study in the UAE. Islamic education is compulsory for all Muslim students, and Arabic is compulsory if you are planning to continue your university studies in the UAE. The next thing is a certificate of equivalency will be issued to you at request when you are planning to go abroad or when you are going to go to your university in the UAE. The equivalency certificate is necessary so that it is kind of government attesting that you are equalized to the educational standards. So for that, as mentioned earlier, same, if you are able to show a record of 5 IGCSE subject with the passing grades of A star to E and 2 AS or 1 A level with a passing grade of A star to D, and you have spent till year 13 in school, then you will be getting your certificate equalized without any question. The next thing is all the IGCSE and A-level examinations which you are going to get from our school must be the specifications given by WSS or any recognized boards. In WSS we have Cambridge and Edexcel board. So if you are going for your equivalency, you should have any recognized boards which is approved by WSS, what we are offering to you. If you are not able to finish your 13 years of education at school, if you are deciding that while after I complete my AS level, I would move further outside the school, then in that case, we will be giving you a certificate that mentions, if you are not having the passing criteria grades, that will just give you, we call it as bona fide certificate, that it will say that you are a student of WSS and you have studied up until year 12, or you have completed your AS course. That's all we would be giving you. If you are going to go for further studies, as you all know at this point of time, you need a recommendation letter which you will be requesting us. For the recommendation letter, not just the academic qualification we look at, we also look at attendance and your general behavior. If you have lack of attendance, or if you have got any incident report, or if you have been warned about something that you have done in school, in that case we will not be able to give you a recommendation letter, and instead we will just give you a bona fide certificate. Your certificate of good conduct will not be given by the school. Now, this is a question that we have been asked again and again. As you can very clearly see on the first sentence, we have extended the deadline to book your seat for your sixth form studies. Number one, why is it? Because as we have explained earlier, by now you know, maybe for some parents who don't know, we will tell you, sixth form admission is based purely on merit. So what is that criteria? When Ms. Rija is going to discuss with you, she will give the information. But it is purely on merit. So, in case if you are not able to reach the criteria of merit that we are expecting, then the money that you are going to pay, which we call it as seat booking fee, will be refunded to you. And for that, we have an online portal that has been opened. Some of the parents might have done it. If you have done it, fine. If you have not, still we have deadline. You can open it and you can pay that 1,000 dirhams for seat booking fees. If suppose you are planning to start with us, your sixth form, and if you are joining us, then we expect that you will complete the 2 years of sixth form course with us. We highly recommend, because it will be disturbing for you if you are going for your equivalency or any good university which is looking at your academic qualification from school will look at whether you have completed your A-level studies in year 13. If you are paying your seat booking fee, and if you are having a doubt whether how much money would be returned if we are not able to offer you the seat. If we are not able to offer you the seat, then we would say that it is the full, what you have paid would be refunded to you if you are not able to get a seat with us based on your merit. So that's all with me. And now, if there is any question, hold your questions. At the end, you have a session with us. You are most welcome to ask us. Thank you, boys.
Thank you, Mr. Franklin. That was really informative. All students have a choice in subjects that they study in Key Stage 5. Let's look at the options form in detail and promotion criteria. I would like to request our secondary assistant principal, Ms. Rija Nair, to take us through the subjects offered at WSS and help our parents and students in their selection path.
Thank you, Aisha. Thank you, students, for being here. So I'll quickly take you through things which are not sometimes very pleasant to hear, but it is our job to tell you that and tell you so ahead of time. Okay, so the sixth form options. Before that, Aisha has not mentioned, I'll be briefly discussing the promotion criterion as well. Promotion criterion is the WSS promotion criterion, and it is very different from what Mr. Franklin just discussed, which was the equivalency requirement. So as is visible on the board, a minimum of 5 IGCSEs with A star to D is expected for you to be promoted. Those subjects should be taken at school, or it should be one of the subjects that we are offering on the curriculum. So it could be either the subject that you're studying with us or a subject you have chosen later, but should be offered as a part of WSS curriculum for us to be able to promote you to year 12, sorry. For pursuing the studies in AS, a minimum of A star, A, B or C is required in the subject you are intending to study. For all subjects except for mathematics, where the requirement is slightly different, it's just A star, A or B. Obtaining grade D or lower in a subject which you intend to study might not be fruitful. It might not result in anything concrete. So we expect you to work hard, some more time left, and get those A stars, A, B or C in the subjects you intend to study in your sixth form. And these are not the criterion set by WSS, even though we have adapted it. If you go onto the website of any of these boards, you can see that those are the minimum expectations that the board which has created the curriculum has for you to start learning AS level. So that's the stepping stone. What they believe is that if you have not got those, you might find the sixth form learning very difficult, and hence the requirement. Okay? So from AS, when you join us the next year, again we'll require, you can take 2, 3 and a maximum of 4 AS subjects and A-level subjects. Many of the students have started from a 4, and as they learn, they have reduced it to 3 or 2. Minimum is 2. And you are expected to get at least a grade D to pass AS. I can see a few smiles. Now, grade Ds, even though they look easy, they don't come so easily at times. AS studies are extensive and exhaustive. That's why you are dropping from 6, 7 IGCSE subject to just 2 subjects, because you learn in depth. Okay? So we have informed you about the requirements. If you do not get those 2 D grades in your AS subjects, you might be asked to repeat year 12, which is okay, but not a good thing. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you're nodding your head saying no, no. Okay. Can we have the next slide, please? So this is the important thing for today, and it isn't as exhaustive or huge as your IGCSE options are. You can see you can choose a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 4 subjects, as discussed. So you can choose 1 subject from each block for how many ever you're choosing. So you can choose business studies or chemistry as one of your subjects. You can choose economics or physics. You can choose accounting or biology or sociology. I'm saying or because they run parallel in the timetable. You might not have access to the teaching if you choose the subject in the same block. English or computer studies, mathematics or psychology, recently introduced at a very high demand from our student body. So mathematics, you have 2 papers in mathematics with mechanics and statistics. You have to choose one of them as well. You don't have to study both as per the latest information from edexam, so you choose one of them. So that's the option, not too huge, but very simple to choose. But like as Ms. Valerie said in the beginning, these are big decisions, because based on these subjects, now it's not like year 9. We say that, okay, you can change, you can turn, you can move. No, once you choose these, you know you're specializing in those 2 subjects, which is going to take you into your career after your university. So you want to become a doctor, you can't drop a certain subject. If you want to work in AI, you can't drop a certain subject, and you know what they are. If you have any doubts about it, please do meet the career counselor. We have a new career counselor in school. We'll be introducing her to you soon. So please discuss everything at depth with the career counselor and your parents before you make the decision. As just discussed, criterion is purely based on merit. So if we have 10 applicants and the first 8 applicants are the only people who can be offered a seat, then it will be based on the merit. Hence, we do not have now onwards a re-enrollment procedure. We have a seat booking process. Seat booking is mandatory for you to get a seat. That's step 1. However, as was just discussed by Mr. Franklin, you will not lose any money if we do not offer you the seat. The money will be refunded. However, we need to know whether you are going to continue here with the process of completing the seat booking, so that you would be considered for your admissions next year. The process can be done through the accounts. Just meet the finance team. They will explain it to you, and it just has to be paid along with your tuition fees. Minimum of 5 IGCSEs, commitment, excellent record of behavior. Yes, we do look at that very seriously, because the expectations from sixth formers are very different. There is a lot of independent learning that they do. They lead their lives independently. And if you feel you've been behaving immaturely, you might think, is that person ready for sixth form yet? So your behavior does matter in the long run. Yes, and new IGCSE courses, what you complete, you should be completing your year 10 and 11 in one of the schools. Am I done? Thank you so much. I think I'll hand the mic back to Supriya. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Srija, for this detailed and creative information. Now let's call upon our extremely articulative students, Haya Mutasim and Lujena Sen of Year 12 GF, to talk about the subjects in details. They will be focusing on the content of subjects and the assessment overview of each subject. Please note that for more information on the subjects offered at WSS, you're requested to go through the AS and A-level booklet, which has already been shared by the respective form tutors. Also, parents can visit the CIE and Edexcel website to access the information again if required.
We'll begin by looking at courses offered by Pearson Edexcel. Do note that with this exam board, individual papers are referred to as units. The first course we'll be looking at is mathematics. For AS level, the syllabus code is XMA01. All candidates are required to write the compulsory units P1 and P2, along with an option between M1 and S1. And in A level, the syllabus code is YMA01. Candidates are required Candidates who have received AS certification may carry their AS marks forward and take the compulsory units P3 and P4, along with an option between M2 and S2. All the papers carry equal weightage.
The next course provided by Edexcel is English Language. The course code for AS level is XEN01, whereas the course code for A level is YEN01. The course is structured into 4 units with 4 externally assessed exams. All AS level candidates are expected to attend for 2 papers, where each paper has a total time duration of 1 hour and 45 minutes, 100 total marks, and 25% of the total A level mark. Whereas all A level candidates are expected to attend for 2 more papers, which are Unit 3 and Unit 4, where each paper has a total time duration of 2 hours, 100 total marks, and 25% of the total A level mark.
The next course we'll be looking at is psychology. For AS level, the syllabus code is XPS01. The qualification consists of 2 externally examined units. Whereas in A level, the syllabus code is YPS01. This qualification consists of 4 externally examined units. Unit 1 amounts to 40% of the total AS grade and 20% of the total A level grade. Unit 2 amounts to 60% of the total AS grade and 30% of the total AL grade. Whereas Unit 3 amounts to 40% of the total AS grade and 20% of the total AL grade. Unit 4 amounts to 60% of the total AS grade and 30% of the total A level grade.
We're now going to proceed with the courses provided by the Cambridge Board. The first 3 courses are the science subjects. All AS level candidates are expected to attend for 3 papers in a single examination series. Candidates who, having received AS level certification, wish to continue their studies to the full advanced level qualification may carry their AS marks forward and take paper 4 and 5 in the examination series in which they require certification. Biology, course code 9700, consists of 3 papers in AS level, where paper 1 has a total time duration of 1 hour and 15 minutes, 40 total marks, and 31% weightage. Paper 2 has a total time duration of 1 hour and 15 minutes, 60 total marks, and 46% weightage. And paper 3 has a total time duration of 2 hours, 40 total marks, and 23% weightage. Similarly, chemistry and physics have equal total time duration, marks, and weightage as biology. However, the course code for chemistry is 9701, whereas the course code for physics is 9702.
The next course we'll be looking at is accounting. The syllabus code is 9706. For AS, students are required to write paper 1 of 30 marks and the time duration of 1 hour, and paper 2 of 90 marks with the time duration of 1 hour and 45 minutes. As for A-level, students are exposed to paper 3, carrying 75 marks and the time duration of 1 hour and 30 minutes, along with paper 4, carrying 50 marks with the time duration of 1 hour. The next course we'll be looking at is business. The syllabus code is 9609. For AS, students are required to write paper 1 of 40 marks and the time duration of 1 hour and 15 minutes, along with paper 2 of 60 marks and the time duration of 1 hour and 30 minutes. And in A-level, students are exposed to paper 3, carrying 60 marks and the time duration of 1 hour 45 minutes. As for paper 4, carrying 40 marks and the time duration of 1 hour 15 minutes.
The next course is economics. The course code is 9708. All extended AS level candidates are expected to attend for 2 papers, where paper 1 has a total time duration of 1 hour, carrying 30 total marks, whereas paper 2 has a total time duration of 2 hours, carrying 60 total marks. All A-level candidates are expected to attend for 2 more papers, where paper 3 has a total time duration of 1 hour and 15 minutes, carrying 30 total marks, whereas paper 4 has a total time duration of 2 hours, carrying 60 total marks. The next course is computer science. The course code is 9618. All AS level candidates are expected to attend for 2 papers, where both papers have 75 marks each. However, paper 1 has a total time duration of 1 hour and 30 minutes, whereas paper 2 has a total time duration of 2 hours. Each paper has a 50% weightage of the total A-level mark. All A-level candidates are expected to attend for 2 more papers, paper 3 and paper 4, where both papers have 75 marks each. However, paper 3 has a total time duration of 1 hour and 30 minutes, whereas paper 4 has a total time duration of 2 hours and 30 minutes, where in this case, each paper has a 25% weightage of the total A-level mark.
The last course we'll be looking at is sociology. The syllabus code is 9699. In AS level, students are exposed to paper 1 and paper 2. Both papers are of equal marks, time duration, and weightage. Whereas in A level, students are exposed to paper 3 and paper 4. Paper 3 is of 50 marks with the time duration of 1 hour and 15 minutes. This paper has a 20% weightage of the final A level mark. Paper 4 is out of 70 marks with the time duration of 1 hour and 45 minutes. Paper 4 has a 30% weightage of the total A-level mark. Thank you. I would like to hand the mic back over to Ms. Supriya.
Thank you, Haya and Logene. May I request all to stand for the school song.
Thank you. Kindly be seated. Displayed are the details of the subject heads along with the number to represent their counters, even though we will be sending today's presentation for further clarification. We will also have Mr. Franklin and Mrs. Sarija, our assistant principals of secondary section, to answer your queries. Ms. Sarupa, Key Stage 5 phase leader, and Ms. Sharon, phase leader of Key Stage 4, will be answering the doubts those who are online. Thank you so much for your valuable time. Now, the floor is open for the parents to visit the head of subject seated with their doubts.